it going, everybody? YouTube, this is your host T Time, and today I'm coming to you guys for my review of episode 5 of The Last of Us TV series on HBO Max. I'm a little behind. I know. They pushed it back to last Friday because of the Super Bowl, so yeah, I'm a little behind. I do apologize. I had a lot going on with the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, all that good stuff. But I made a promise to myself that I was going to get this video out to you guys before the next episode comes on, and I'm doing it right now. Also, I normally do my gameplay of The Last of Us before the review, but pressed for time, I want to get this out, and then most likely tomorrow I will be streaming my next playthrough for The Last of Us. But let's get right into it. This was a good episode, kind of like the same in the ratings from the last episode. We're introduced to two new characters to you guys, but not me, which is Sam and Harry. We get their story. Henry is played by Lamar Johnson, if I am correct. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure I'm correct. Yes, Lamar Johnson. He plays Henry, and I do apologize. I cannot pronounce Sam's actor in here. So I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to mess it up. But if you guys are like wondering he's right there. If you guys are wondering what his name is, I mean, it's on Google. Everything's on Google. You just Google it. That's what I do. But yeah, so this episode was mostly all about, no, it is not mostly. The whole episode is about Sam and Henry. We get a little bit of backstory, what happened, what's going on with them before they end up meeting Joel and Ellie, and then everything that transpires with Joel, Ellie, Sam, Henry, up to what happens to Henry and Sam, how their story ends and everything. And it was good. Once again, the TV show kind of adds stuff or switches stuff from the game, and I feel like the only thing that doesn't make this episode, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10 was because of the Catherine thing, the leader of the resistance. Because now I know that their resistance, based on this episode, their resistance against Fedra. And this episode from her opinion, it's all about revenge because of the ties that Henry have to her and her brother. And ultimately, it gets her killed by that thing. Well, she don't die from that, but ultimately she leads her team basically to their doom, basically. The whole group actually to their doom. Like, this episode basically really shows you that, like, sometimes revenge is not the best way to go. Sometimes it's really not. Even the person that she's trying to avenge told her before that person passed away to, like, forgive. But she didn't want to. She wanted revenge. And this is what revenge got her. That right there, just seeing at the bottom. I'll get into that in the spoilers. And it got to that too. I'll get all that to the spoilers. But, like I said, I'm going to break it down. Sam and Henry look just like they video game counterparts. Just like the actors, the boy that plays Sam and Lamar that plays Henry, just like it. Actually, no. Well, no, they do, but here's a twist. They kind of switch Sam a little bit. So in the game, Sam, he talks. In the TV show, Sam is deaf. He has a disease. I forgot what it's called. I don't want to butcher it either. That's my fault. I do apologize. But he's deaf. They decided to switch it. I guess they decided to do that to add more feelings, because they was pulling on my heartstrings like crazy in this episode. Crazy. Especially like the connection that Ellie was making with Sam in this whole episode. We get more character development from Ellie and Joel. We get character development because Ellie connects with Sam and Joel connects with Henry. Because when you look at it, if you watch the episode, play the game, Sam and Henry are basically like the same as Joel and Ellie. Sam wants to protect, Henry wants to protect Sam, Joel wants to protect Ellie. And it's like looking into a mirror. They're both trying to do the same thing. They're all trying to basically survive and protect each other, basically. So it gives that development off of what happens at the end, because I'll get into the spoilers, like, because how it ends in the game is the same, but I mean how things play out in the game is the same, but because just off the strength of Sam being deaf, and they had to work with that throughout the episode, it gives more like feeling into what happens. So much more feeling as like if you play the game, you already know what's going to happen. But now that he's deaf, you're just like, damn, like that. Because it also gives Ellie more connection with Sam. Because in the game, she was connected with Sam, but in the TV show, she connected a lot more. Like she interacted with him, she talked with him, she found out they both liked the same thing. They even made Sam younger in the TV show. In the TV show, I think he said he was 8. In the game, I think he was 12. So they made him like a little younger. So it was just crazy. It was just crazy. Um, some of the environments that it was in, just like the game, how they had to like go to, how the group had to go through certain things, just like the game. One part where in the game you play as Joel in the whole game, but you have to like go do something to protect Henry, Sam, and Ellie. Just like the game, it was good. I like how they did that too. Like everything was once again just like the game. Actors, visuals, situations. It was all just like the game, except for the stuff with Catherine and the resistance, like resistance or whatever. And it's like it wasn't needed. It really wasn't needed. They could have had these group of people that's working under Catherine as just like scavengers trying to do what they want to do. You know, find people, take their shit, kill them, and go about their day. Scavengers, basically, right? But because I guess they try to make us want to like feel sorry for her, because it really was just her, like nothing else. I mean, the group, they was like, yeah, we'll follow you to the end, but ultimately this is all about her getting revenge, and it, like I said, it backfired on her. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all how it backfired. But yeah, just based off of that, I give it a 9. I give the episode a 9 out of 10, just like the last episode, a 9 out of 10. If it wasn't for that, then it definitely would have been a 10 out of 10 episode, because they did so good with this one. Like I found out that in this episode they do have like the effect to show up, and that big thing that you see in the background on the last little clip that I just had, that's a bloater. I think they said bloaters are like people that became affected, but they like survived for like the whole 20 years since it's been out. So that means that big thing, the blower that you saw in the background, that thing was somebody that became affected 20 years ago, and they never killed it. It probably like it stayed underground basically. And I found out that like when the clickers, the infected, and the bloater show up, it was not CGI. Not CGI at all. It was actual actors and people throughout the whole time. And this part right here with Ellie inside the car and the little young, that's a small infected, like a kid infected. The way they had that boy girl acting, boy, like like the way they had the infected come out was like some World War Z type shit. Like if you ever seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I suggest go see it out. It's a good movie. Brad Pitt. That was good. That was good. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna go into the spoiler side of the episode where I talk from beginning to end of the episode. For everybody that have not seen this episode yet and you want to go watch it, you're about to go watch it, then this is the part where you'll click off it, because I don't want to spoil nothing for you. For everybody else that's seen the episode or played the game, you know what's happening. I'll see you guys in my spoiler section. For everybody else, links to my socials are down below. Follow me on all those. Hit the bell to be notified when I go live for streaming tomorrow, which most likely will be around. I'm going to push for at least 10 or 11 p.m. I'm going to push for streaming. It's going to be the Last of Us game that I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you liked about my summary of the episode so far. Tell you what you didn't like about it for everybody that's leaving to go watch it or play the game. Maybe you're playing the game right now before you watch the TV show. Let me know. Um, until then, I'll see you guys later. And for everybody else that's staying for the spoils, we're gonna go into it right now in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So the episode takes place 10 or 11 days before Sam and Henry run into Joel and Ellie. We basically get to see what's going on with those 10 days. Apparently, the Resistance defeats Fedra. Fedra was taken over I think it was in Kansas City, they said, and Fedra just lost the Resistance. Like they dragging Federal soldiers on the ground, hanging them, stabbing them, all that stuff. And Catherine has a group of informants or snitches or whatever, rats, people that basically tell them motherfuckers. She has them in a cell and she's asking all of them, "Where's Henry?" Because I'm guessing, not guessing, because we find out that Henry was part of that group. He was an informant. If I'm saying right, an informant, a snitch, a rat, all that. And basically nobody knows where he's at, so she's like, "Okay, kill him." And then somebody's like, "Oh no, I know. He's with this one guy. He's supposed to be meeting somewhere in the city. I don't know where." She was like, "Okay, so he's still in the city? Cool." So as she's leaving, her right hand man, who I found out the dude that's her right hand, he's the voice actor of Tommy in the TV show. Didn't even know that. That's cool. So he's like, "Are we really gonna put him on trial?" She was like, "No, burn the bodies when you're done. It's easier that way." I was like, "Damn." That part was cool, in my opinion. That was cool. She was like, "Man." So they went in there and killed everybody. So while all this is going on, Sam and Henry end up going to this guy, I forgot what his name was, that they're cool with. And they're basically hiding out there for 10 days until everything cools down. They have enough food to hide to protect them, not protect them, to keep them going for 10 days basically. And it's during this time that we find out that Sam is deaf because he has Henry's doing sign language to him. And also Sam has this little I forgot what it's called, but it's one of those little kitty things that you could draw on and then take the paper off and put it back down, and it's you never wrote on it again. If you guys remember what that's called, please let me know. I forgot what it's called. So that's how Sam communicates with Henry, that's how he communicates with Henry, because I don't know if Sam knows sign language. I'm tweaking, yeah. So if he's not doing sign language, he's doing that. And so they hide out in a shelter for about 10 days, I believe. And on the 10th day, Sam and Henry finds out that the dude's not coming back. Catherine killed him, so they just assume that he's dead because he hasn't come back yet. And this is when Joel and Ellie come into the picture, because remember in the last episode, Joel and Ellie was driving the car and it crashed because they got attacked by the Resistance basically. And Sam and Henry sees how good Joel was fighting off the guys, right? So after Joel and Ellie, they leave, they go into a tall building to rest because they were trying to find a way out of the city. That's when, if you remember off episode 4, that's when Henry and Sam found them at gunpoint. So I didn't know this. I don't know if they mentioned in the game, but Henry was a pacifist. Never killed nobody, never shot nobody, but I'm guessing he would if it came down to it. Because when he was pointing the gun at Ellie and Sam was pointing the gun at Joel, the gun was empty, but they didn't know that. So he was basically pulling his bluff. But I mean, sure, you put a gun to my face and I don't know you, it's yeah, I mean, I'm gonna assume that bitch is loaded. You don't nobody want to take a chance with a gun, staring the barrel down. I know I wouldn't. So Henry's we can work out a deal. If I let you guys up, you won't attack us. I didn't attack you. You guys didn't attack us. So they agreed to truce for a moment. And in this moment, Sam, Henry, Joel, Ellie, they all basically start talking. Henry is "I seen you fight those guys out there. So how about we team up? I know how to get out of the city. You know how to fight. Let's work together. Because right now, I'm the most wanted man right now. And I'm pretty sure you're second at this moment. So let's all agree to work together." So he's "Okay." Well, Joel and Ellie's "Okay, fine. Let's do that." So Joel asks Henry, "How are we getting out of here?" They go underground, basically. because Henry knows the city from top to bottom. He knows how to get through the tunnels to get on the other side of the bridge. I believe they was trying to go. So that's what their game plan is, and they do go underground. And the underground portion is nice. Um, just like the game, we have a moment where like we find that like some people that used to live on the surface decide to live underground. They thought it was best for them to get away from the affected. And when Sam, Henry, Joel, and Ellie go down there, nobody's down there because they're either thinking like they're all dead or they all left the place. And the bunker that they was in while they was like just resting because they was walking for a long time, we get to see Ellie and Sam connect. Like I think Sam was teaching Ellie sign language. Ellie was showing Sam like the books she collected. They was playing soccer and all that, just like the game. Like we get to see like a closer connection with Ellie and Sam in this moment, and it's really nice. I really enjoy it. It was really good. So after they connect, and also Henry and Joe connected too, talking about like protecting the kids, doing what's best for them. It's basically like once again how it started with Tess. Like the more it's like every episode, Joel is like finding new means and new reasons to protect Ellie. It's slow, like I said before. It's slowly going from like it's slowly going from like she's cargo to I'm starting to care about this girl to I'm caring and I want to protect her almost like my daughter. That's where it's low key leading to. So while they're all resting, we go back to Catherine and her second in command, basically, and she's telling him the story like, yeah, so basically Henry snitched or rat on my brother to protect his brother and got my brother killed. And my brother was like, forgive him. I don't want to forgive him. Where's the justice in that? I want this guy dead. And I'm like, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, she wasn't in the game, so maybe that's why I don't care. But I feel like even if I didn't play the game, I'll still be like, so you're basically having a simple revenge story. You have control of the city. You know where the affected are mostly at in the city, but you want to risk it all just to find one guy and his brother, because what happened to you and your brother. Even after your brother told you before he died, he was like, forgive him. I mean, when I think about it, I don't know. Would I do the same thing as her? I don't know, because that was her brother. So at the same time, I get it, but logically, I will sit there and think like, one, my brother said forgive him, no matter how much I'm upset. I'm pretty sure my brother told me that, and that was his last request of me. I'm pretty sure me, how I know I am, I would respect it. You know, I would do that. Secondly, once again, yeah, you got the whole city, Kansas City, to yourself. You know what's going on. You have enough soldiers and manpower to, if infected was to come at like different angles, you guys will be able to like take them down, all that stuff, type shit. You know. So why? Like that's why this is the part where I say logic is like, yeah, no, you're thinking not logical. But anyway, so Sam, Henry, Joel, and Ellie, they come for the tunnels and they on the other side. And Henry pulled the like, you see, I told you this would work. I told you could trust me. Bad move in every TV show. He says that. Sniper tries to shoot them. They go behind the car, and this is the section that has in the game, because in the game you have to use Joel to sneak around the sniper to go to him and kill him, basically, and that's what Joel do. And this is also like you also see like a moment with Joel and Ellie, because at first Ellie was like, "What are you doing? Don't do that," and Joel was like, "Do you trust me?" And Ellie was like, "Okay." So I don't remember if that was like the first trust moment in the TV show with them two. I don't know, but I'm gonna just say this right now. So no, it's not. The first trust moment in the TV show was Joel giving Ellie the gun. That was the first trust moment. So this is the second trust moment of him telling Ellie to trust me, and she's gonna trust him. It's not. He wasn't ordering her. He wasn't talking to her like, sit here, don't move. Because in the beginning he was like, you do what I say when I say. It went from that to like, do you trust me? And Ellie was like, yeah, I trust you. Now he's like talk. I feel like he's talking to her. I'm not gonna say on equals, but he's talking to her with like more respect, in my opinion. He's not talking to her like your cargo. Don't do shit. To like Karen and actually want to protect her. Trust me, I got this. So he goes around. He goes around. The sniper can't snipe. He kept missing every time. Every time. Plot armor. He goes to that, and Joe is able to go into the house and get the upper hand on the sniper. He's behind him, and he was telling the sniper, he was like, "Put the gun down. You can get up and walk away." And the sniper was like, Joe's like, "Don't do it," which is pretty dumb. Because if I were a sniper, I would have been like, "Okay, fine," because you got the gun at me, you got me to my back, and you have a better angle. It's like I'm fucked if I even attempt that. But throws his life away like a typical TV show, and he dies. Joe takes a sniper, and as he's taking the sniper, he finds out that the sniper dude was basically like a diversion for Catherine and her troops to come to where they at. And Joe sees that, he's like, "Run! Run!" And I mean, they don't hear him, but it doesn't matter because they see the one of the trucks of Catherine coming with a what's that stuff called? That like moves shit out the way. I forgot what it's called. But it tries to mow them down, and Joe finally has good aim in this episode because he's able to shoot the driver in the truck to make the driver crash into a building, and then the building blows up while they're running. So it doesn't take long for Catherine and her groups to come. They come, and Sam, Henry, and Ellie are hiding behind the car, and Catherine is like, "You might as well come out. You're surrounded. There's nothing you can do. Just come out, Henry." And he was like, "If I come out, you gonna leave the kids alone?" She was like, "No, they're with you. Everybody's got to die. That's with you." Vengeful. And at this point, Henry's like, "There's no way getting out of this. Joe can't shoot down 36, 47, 25, all them guys by himself with his sniper. He can't do that. He gonna get himself fucked." So Henry's like, "Okay, I'm gonna get myself up. Ellie, take Sam, run." So he comes up. He's like, "Okay, fine." And Catherine was like, "This is what happens when you fuck with fate." And she was getting ready to kill him, but again, plot. The truck that blew up sinks into the ground. And next thing you know, right here, a horde of infected come from the ground, and they charge at everyone. This had to be the most craziest episode when it comes to infected I've ever seen, because they showed like a whole lot affected before, coming and going and all that stuff. But this one, they was coming at these niggas like full speed. Like I said, like World War Z type shit, like coming like crazy. And everybody's dying. Everybody that came with Catherine is dying. We even get to see, once again, like I said before, the big bloater come up. He comes up, he grabs Catherine's second in command and rips his head off. Like, I'm like, damn. I was like, damn, that's crazy. So in like areas right there, like, once again, not CGI. They literally got that made and put it on somebody. Crazy. Oh, and this is the part that happened next too, because Ellie went to go hide in the car because they was everywhere, and they had this little ass kid infected come in there, just creepy as hell. Like, these actors they doing almost a lot better than like they are. To me, this is like one of the best zombie actors doing the stuff that I've seen. And it was good because like that thing was creepy as hell. But luckily, Ellie was able to get out of the car and like close it on the kid infected. But then she sees that Henry and Sam are getting attacked, and I don't know if this was another moment, but I think Ellie had looked at Joe in the house, and Joe looked at her, and I guess she kind of gave him like a thing, like somebody looks at you and you're like that type of thing, and they look back and do the same thing. She kind of gave him that look to like, cover me, I'm going to help these guys. And that's what Joe do. He's taking out infected one by one, like precision aim with the sniper, like going, and she's just going. Like I liked this. I liked this part. That was good. She gets to Sam and Henry, kills two clickers with her knife. I mean, they didn't turn around. One of them didn't turn around and try to attack her, but they were so focused on Henry and Sam, so she's able to gets them up. They start running towards the back of the house where Joel is at, but not before getting stopped by Catherine. Once again, she's still driven by fucking vengeance. And this is what ultimately gets her killed because she doesn't pay attention to her surroundings. And the same little infected that was at the Ellie jumped on her and started tearing her apart slowly because these infected are also as strong as like they're infected, if that makes sense. So the kid infected is not that strong, but just going crazy on Catherine and ends up killing her. And as Henry, Sam, Joe, and Ellie are leaving the other way, all the infected kill all the soldiers and start running towards the city where the rest of Catherine's people are at. So it's like, in the end, she killed everybody that was with her. In the end. All for vengeance. She didn't get her vengeance. She ends up dying. Her second in command ends up dying. Everybody she knows ends up dying. So she got what she deserved in the end. So after that, they get to the other side and they're like settling down because a long day clearly. And Joel and Henry are in one room talking about we should stick together. We did good out there. You know, Joel's softening up. He's basically like, if you guys want to come with us, we know we're going to, he didn't say the Fireflies, but we're going somewhere where other people might be at. We're going to find my brother in a town. And Henry was like, yes, I would like that. You know, they kind of had a moment, so cool. But the biggest moment to me was with Sam and Ellie. Because Sam and Ellie are in the other room talking, like just talking about books and everything. Not books, comics and stuff. And Sam asked her a question. Sam was like, are you afraid? And Ellie said, do I look afraid? He was like, no. And then she was like, I'm afraid all the time. Sam was like, what are you afraid of? And Ellie said, scorpions as a joke, but then she was like, being alone. And then Sam wrote, and Sam wrote, well, she didn't ask the same question, but he asked her a question. He was like, are you still you when you turn to a monster? And he lifts up his leg and knows that and he shows her that he's been bitten. And Ellie was like, don't panic. See, they didn't have this in the game. In the game, Sam never told Ellie that he was bitten. He never told her. But in the TV show, he tells her, and it gives more, like it makes it more sad because Ellie shows him her bite mark, and she's like, I'm not infected. My blood is a cure. She cuts herself and puts her blood on his infected wound, thinking that will save him. But he's still scared, so he's like, can you stay up with me? And she's like, of course. But, you know, they're kids, you know, so she ends up falling asleep like, I don't know how long later. And it goes into like the morning. And in the morning, you see Sam on the edge of the bed. And Ellie's like, Sam. But he's deaf, so of course he can't hear her. So she decides to go and touch him. And he's infected. He turned overnight. Attacks her, trying to bite her, grab her, all that stuff. They bust through the other door. Joel and Henry wake up, and Joel already know what to do, but Henry grabs the gun first, and he points it at Joel, and before he thinks, he turns and shoots his own brother, killing his own brother. Falls to the ground. Henry's in shock. He's just like, what have I done? What did I do? Joel knows what's going on in Henry's head now. So he's like, Henry, give me the gun, man. Just give me the gun. But the moment he says that, Henry takes the gun, blows his own brains out. And that was just crazy. Like, even in the game still, when I see that in the game, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Joel and Ellie bury them in the where they was at, and it makes more character development for Ellie because she felt like she was really saving Sam, but it didn't work. She took his little notepad that he was writing on and wrote "I'm sorry" on his grave and left it there. And then she turned around. She was like, "Which way is west?" And Joe's like, "That way." She's like, "Come on, let's go." She's hardened now, and I feel for her because once again she's still a kid herself. She felt like she could save somebody because I'm immune. My blood can save you. I can save somebody. This would be the first step to if I could save him, then I know I could save a lot of other people. But people that has played the game, we know that that's not the case. That how she did it, and it's just like it makes you ready for the next episode because now it's like how are they gonna portray this in the next episode? Because in the game, once Henry shoots himself, it just fans to like the next part of the game where it's like I'm not well yeah where it's like Joel and Ellie get to Tommy. They find where Tommy at. But it doesn't like really like have like I don't remember, but it doesn't have like a conversation about what happened with Henry and Sam. It doesn't have nothing like that. So I'm looking forward to the next episode because I want to know like what's going through Ellie's head after that. I mean, I probably already know what's going through Joe's head. Like, damn, that shit happened, but we gotta move on. But I want to know how is Ellie feeling? Like, what is going through her mind? What is just how she's feeling? What's going through her mind? Like, what is she like? Is she just gonna be like hardened for good? You know what I mean? Because like that's very traumatizing as a kid, and that kills your spirit as a kid, thinking that you're doing something good to find out that it didn't mean shit. You couldn't save somebody, you know, and it's kind of also like that. It also plays into her fear. Her fear was being alone. Finding another kid to go on to like travel with her, that would have made her really happy. But because she didn't, because it was like two more people added to the group. She even mentioned it to them before everything happened. She was like, "Do you guys want to come with us? We're going west to Wyoming." And Joe was like, "Why are you telling them this?" She's like, "Come on, it's just two more people. We can do this." She wants more company. She doesn't want to be alone. And the fact that like she couldn't save Sam, couldn't save Henry, now it's just back to her and Joe. Traumatizing, man. That's tough. That is tough. And that's literally how the episode ends too, with them walking west to Wyoming. Like episode that episode touched me more than the game. All the simple fact of them making Sam deaf and making Sam and Ellie have that final connection before what happened, it touched me more than the game because it's just like, damn, bro. Like crazy. Like just crazy. And like I said, like if it wasn't for the whole trying to give the Catherine and stuff, trying to add Catherine's stuff into the episode, if they would have just took that out and made these resistance people just people trying to like kill people and take their shit, it would have been a 10 out of 10. It would have been 10 out of 10. Man. But overall, that's my full review of the 5th episode to The Last of Us, man, TV show. I'm looking forward to Sunday for the next episode. I can't wait. Tommy's finally gonna come in here, so we get to see the interaction with Tommy and Joel after everything that happened. I think this is also gonna be the episode where Joel and Ellie have another moment. I think this is gonna be the part where Ellie brings back up Joel's daughter, and they have a moment and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. Once again, man, links to my socials are down below. Please follow me on all those. Hit the bell to be notified when I go live. Like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you liked about my video. Tell me what you didn't like about it, man. I will be streaming, like I said, tomorrow, The Last of Us Part 1 game. I'm going to see if I can get, because right now I know in the game I met Henry and Sam. So that's where I'm at. So I probably will get done with their story just like how they finished theirs and maybe go a little bit further. I don't know yet. I'm debating on that. We'll see how long that takes. But I appreciate everybody for watching this video, man. Whenever you guys view this video, man, if it's in the morning, afternoon, or night, I hope you're having a good morning. Hope you're having a good evening. And if you're watching this before you go to bed, I hope you sleep well. Have a good night. This is your host, Tea Time. And I'll see you guys on the next review.